Cool. So what we're going to go into today is the maximization model. So have you guys ever experienced where you're on a sales call with somebody and they just don't have the money to pay you for a core offer? Anybody have that experience? But here I'm going to show you how to create a really simple downsell for an offer at $97, so you never leave a sales call with somebody who wants to work with you without recouping some cash there. And then have you guys ever had a client that has had an amazing experience in your core offer and they want to ascend, but all you have to offer them is one-on-one that just takes up more of your time? Anybody here? Or raise your hands. Cool. Elise, Aisha. Awesome. And then have any of you guys just wanted to get paid $1,000 without having to deliver it with your time? Anybody? Anybody? Wouldn't that be nice? Sweet. Awesome. Cool. And what's up, Stacia? Oh, what I'm going to share with you guys today is productizing your offers to scale past 7 figures in the education space. In coaching, back-end masterminds, master classes, all of that stuff right here. So this basically solves all of those problems, and it's like baking a cake. You got to put the right ingredients in at the right time, but over the course of a year and a half, you should have this built out completely, and it solves all of those problems. So what I will do is drop this in the chat so you guys have access to it. Sweet. So the very first starting point is our beta program. So we don't want to start super low ticket. We don't want to do things for absolutely free. We want to get testimonials and show testimonials. So if you don't have them yet, just hop on 5 to 10 one-on-one calls, help solve a very specific problem, ask for a testimonial. That's the best place to start. Where people screw up is that they do this big beta program for free when those people would probably pay $1,000 to $6,000, because people that are initially in your audience are your most valuable payers, and I've seen people set themselves back years by doing that. So we always recommend a beta program to get your signature coaching offer started. And that's what it shapes up into here. Now your core signature offer, coaching offer, is 3 months to 6 months for anywhere between 3K to 12K. If you guys don't have an audience yet, then the first thing that you want to do is build an audience. We have all the processes inside of our program of going from no audience to thousands of raving fans in less than 90 days. It's just focusing on content, conversations, and calls at that point. And you create your signature offer there. You don't want to create your course first at that low ticket price point because you want to maximize profit that you can invest. But then after that, and what we're going to get into today is the 5 elements of productizing your offers. So you're going to learn a lot around productizing your core consulting, coaching, signature offer there. Once you got that up and running, then having an online course or community, kind of like school, at $97 per month or $997 for the year or $1,997 is a great intro program to get somebody a result and to send them into your core coaching program, all right? And then after that, what we want to build out is our mentorship and mastermind at a super high ticket price point, 25K to 100K, that sort of stuff. Now, there's some industries where you're not going to be able to build this out. I'd recommend pivoting industries if you're not able to build something like this out. It's more scalable, more leverage, all of that stuff. The big thing, I know a lot of you guys have a core offer here. Get that productized, and then you can launch your back-end offer here. And this is where you'll create a lot of monthly reoccurring revenue. But for the back-end offer, I get asked this all the time, how do I launch something at that price point? It's at an in-person event. I somehow stumbled into this back in 2018, 2019, where I just hosted an in-person event, 12 people at an Airbnb for 2.5 days, and 4 of them ended up signing up for my first $25,000 offer. So that was cool. If I had been trying to sell it online and it was brand new and all of that stuff, I would have been pulling teeth for a long time. So then we did another 12-person event, sold 4 more of those, and did over $100,000 in 24 hours. And then 6 months later, we did Tribe of Buyers Live with over 200 attendees, and we did $1.1 million at that event. And then we had over $140,000 on reoccurring revenue for our back-end program. Right now, you guys might be saying, like, how does that happen? What do you deliver for that? All that stuff. I'm going to share that with you here in this presentation. Sound good, guys? All right. Cool. So this model will maximize profits in your pocket and also maximize impact for your clients. Productizing your offers is one of the best things that you can do for your business to make sure that you have leverage and scalability, and also so your clients get the best results possible. First thing that I want to start with, I'll hyperlink it for the clients here. If you guys haven't launched a masterclass, I'd recommend doing it before the end of the year. It's pretty simple. If you have a little audience, you just make a few posts and then sell through DMs, and then do a 90-minute presentation on that super important thing. There should be 3 levels to this. Like, it builds desire, it solves a specific problem for ideal client, builds desire for your offer, and there's a call to action to book a call. Initial launch, I would say 10 to 20 spots here, and you do it live. I kind of stumbled into this one too. I mean, I've joined so many coaching programs and masterminds, over $600,000 worth, but sometimes we just come up with those ideas where it's like, I'm going to test this out. And this was one of those things. And I launched one with Jeff Miller back in 2018. And we ended up selling 50 spots on the front end, so $5,000. And then we just kept reselling it and reselling it and reselling it. And we made $30,000 on the front end. And then that turned into so many clients on the back end. And then we also used it as downsells on the sales calls, right? So masterclasses, pretty freaking cool. We have the whole thing in our Business Mastery Academy. So people that aren't clients here right now, if you guys want to do a 7-day trial access, it's $47 today compared to $297 regularly. So Lauren, if you want to put that link in the chat, you guys are welcome to that. And if you get value out of this, hop in here. We have all of our systems and processes in here. So let me get that for you guys. That's under the workshop one right here. And then we'll go into, I think the course is next. So workshop. Basically downloaded my entire business brain in here. All right, there's the $97 workshop, boom, with all the slides right there for you guys and an example of how we do it. And there's Quantel, one of our coaches on there. We're going to be talking about that. So put that there. Sweet. Cool. And does that make sense, guys? Are you guys with me with the power of the $97 master classes and that sort of stuff? Sweet. So the next thing that you want to build out is your core signature offer. Starts with a beta program like I was talking about, and then this is how you productize it over time. Building the course, which we'll get into down here, multiple calls per week, and installing a CSM. So where people get lost on the income roller coaster is they start getting clients and then they do all all of this done for you work that just kills them. But you can have a course, you can have a CSM, you could also have like a talent bench, like a coaching bench here that helps support your clients as well. That works really well to productize this offer, right? And we're going to get into a little bit more of that later on. But I'm going to share with you exactly how to do that later on, right? So then we have our course. So once this is productized, then we can build out our course, which is $997.97 per month. It's a course, 1 call per week. I recommend building it on top of school. So let me give you an example of how this works. Back in the day, I had group growth and monetization blueprint, which the problem was I don't have an audience or an offer. The promise was build your audience past 1,000 raving fans and do your first 10K launch, right? So what we're getting into now is PSPS format. Problem, solution, problem, solution. So there we solved a very specific problem for our ideal client. And then they ascended into our Authority Accelerator program. Problem, don't have an offer, or don't have a productized offer or team. So solution, boom, productize your offer and get a setter / salesperson in place and scale past multiple 6 figures was a promise, right? And maybe this is creating some ideas for you guys of like, cool, and now my offers won't compete if I structure them in this way. And then I have a natural ascension to my next offer. So here with our core backend program was 7-figure CEO. Problem, I don't have systems or a lean team of A players to scale. Boom. Solution will help you install your systems in lean team of A players to scale past 7 figures. Well. Here's the kicker though, guys. When I initially launched this, it wasn't called 7-figure CEO. It was called Authority Accelerator Elite. My first launch of this backend program was just supporting my clients at a higher level and a little bit more one-on-one. And then I started to phase myself out of that by building a talent bench and some other things that we'll go over here. But the main thing I wanted to share with you guys is that this model has a problem-solution format. So it naturally builds desire for your next offer. And we're solving bigger problems all along the way. And now that you guys have this seed planted, you're going to be able to build that out as your skills grow and as your skills develop. Where I see people screw up the most here is they have like 2 offers at the same high ticket price point. And it's like, why are you doing that? Those are competing. Or they're just launching a bunch of different offers that don't align into one model. So as long as you have your ideal client, I want to serve these people, this is how I want to serve them, then you can help them get to each, the next level, the next level, the next level. Cool. So last one that I need to go through here is your high ticket back end. I said launch it at a live event. Live events are freaking awesome. We have ours coming up November 15th through 17th, our next one at this venue. But what you want to have here is a course, a coaching bench, a CSM, a client success manager, hold people accountable. The big thing is the coaching bench here. And I have exactly how to build that out, boom, in that video right there. And multiple calls per week typically is the way to go. And this is usually like 6 months to a year for that back end offer. What you're looking at is to get your first like 4 in at an in-person event, and then do 3 events per year to scale that bad boy up initially. And then after that, it'll be easier to sell online for a super high ticket price point. We got it to the point where we were doing $200,000 recurring revenue every single month for this back end program, which was awesome. All my expenses were covered. We were basically profiting $100,000 each month just from the recurring revenue, and that's what made my last business sellable. They were buying a bunch of contracts, so that was cool. Sweet. I'll take a pause there before we go into the 5 elements of productizing your offers. What have been your takeaways so far? What stood out to you guys there? Aisha, I'll start with you.
All I can think of is I have so much work to do. And
Hey, we get to do.
yeah, that's true. I mean, I love this, like the business development part of it. I'm just wondering, like, where to start.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
think the next section is going to help so much around productizing your offer with the course and with the team. That's definitely the next place to start.
Okay. Because I think what I also realized is I've been doing a lot of these free workshops.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, is that kind of cannibalizing this $97 masterclass? I feel like it is.
Yeah, no, I think you have built up a lot of equity with your audience. I would do a $97 workshop for your next one. And then you have a nice $97 productized offer that you can downsell to and launch at any time.
Okay.
Yeah. I always recommend starting with free workshops, and then people enjoy coming to your workshops, and then you do a freaking awesome one on DM sales specifically for you. And then you have a nice offer there. And that will build up a lot of desire for your core offer as well. So, yeah, cool. And Elise, what are you taking away?
Well, I'm simultaneously looking at your document as well, being like, when could I do a master class? One, and also brewing in my mind, like in my pivot right now, my transition, how do I speak about all the things, but it still lead up to one messaging so people aren't confused? That's where my mind is right now.
Yeah, I mean everything that you do is around like French speaking fluency. Is that what you're talking about with your offers right now, or
Yeah.
you've also talked about maybe just helping women become entrepreneurs as well, which I actually love that idea. Um, but with French fluency, I mean, I'm doing a $4,000 1 month fluency crash course. Maybe there's something around that for like the core offer. But inside of yours, you would just have a core offer and master classes for now. And maybe a course. Really, honestly, I think you doing like a $97 per month community just for French speaking fluency on top of school to get some passive like $97 per month sales. I think that might be the thing that we talk about at the in-person event. Um,
Yeah.
you could go back to all of your old clients and talk about the French speaking community as like continuity for that. That would be really cool.
Right on. Yeah, I've toyed with the idea of a course. It overwhelmed me, the thought of putting one together, but there's levels to courses. So,
I will help you solve that problem.
okay.
Something for
Thank
that.
you.
Cool. Awesome. Get Marco or KD, anything you guys want to add?
Yeah, I have a ton of work. I don't think I have a microphone. Do I have a microphone anymore?
We can hear you.
Oh, okay. I have it broadcasted to the big TV. Um, yeah, and again, I found you guys through Airtable. So I've got a VIP site. I've got a website. I have patents. I have 20 years in Bling, and it's just organizing it and then positioning it to find new users each month. And that's the task that we're here to do. So, and then also get hired for the luxury events and installations, and we like to do the large things. So yeah, it's a lot of work that just has to get done.
I love it. I love it. We're going to be talking a little bit about leverage here. And I would love for you to have more of like an online education training sort of thing. My cousin Kara sells physical products and does
hmm
online thing and all of that
Yeah,
stuff.
my website is crystalninja.com and my VIP training is rhinestoneartist.com. I have them separated so that it's not completely branded as Crystal Ninja because one day I'm going to, of course, sell it all and step out and have Willy Wonka Day because it's,
Yay, that sounds great.
yeah.
Yeah. With my cousin, she sold a couple of the companies and she thought about going into coaching. I did this long session with her and I didn't charge her money and then she didn't do it. So
Uh-oh.
don't be
Uh-oh.
my cousin Kara. And this is why we charge our family and our friends if they want their
More. Hmm.
who pay attention, right?
Yep.
Uh,
Yep. They get charged more. Yep.
damn cousin Kara. She's great, but a little salty. Yeah, Marco, what about you, man?
Well, I have been creating a lot of stuffs in these years, workshops, programs, and I have decided a couple of days before that I'm just focusing on a free community on a school and then my high ticket program. Um, just it because I have a very long time stuck. I'm stuck on the 10K per month on sales. And I think that's maybe because I have been creating too much courses, too much workshops, and
Hmm.
I have been thinking on only focus on a free community and then a high ticket program, a coaching group, and then a mastermind.
Hmm.
Yes.
I love it. I was talking with Frank Kern the other day, and he was like, if we could just simplify things down for entrepreneurs and make it easier on them, like his whole thing was like, just make content, make offers. Like there's a direct correlation between how much value you bring to the marketplace and how many offers that you make that correlates to how much money you make, right? So keep it simple, create content, make more offers, right? Create more valuable content, make more offers. So that, and did you hop into the paid trial that Lauren put in there?
Excuse me, can you repeat?
I think Lauren put the link to, Lauren, did you put it in there? Yeah, there we go. It's $47 today. I would say just do that and go straight to the course in the Business Mastery Academy to develop your school community. We have the whole process here on developing that community, launching it, growing it, and selling out of it. That will help a shit ton. I would just go directly there.
Ray, I'm going to check it.
Cool.
Let me tell you that today I found this community, this seven-figure entrepreneur just a couple of minutes ago, and then I
Oh, no
saw
way.
that, yeah, and then I saw that you are on live, and I'm here.
Welcome, man.
Thank
That's
you.
freaking awesome. Did you come from YouTube by chance?
No, I was on the school discovery communities,
Oh,
and
there we
then I
go.
found this. Yes,
That's sweet. I love it, man. Well, welcome.
thank you.
Can I share something with kind of pivot away from productizing the offer just real quick to share with you guys a model that will help your business? This is really cool. So this is the first video inside the course. The only framework you need to create a self-sustaining 7-8 figure business. And boom, awareness is the first part of the value chain. So like here, it's not even actually in there, like group discovery sections. Like when you have a free school community or a free Facebook group, you'll get a lot of free people, like people finding you, and then they go through awareness, and then this is kind of funny doing this here, but then Gianmarco became a lead, right? And then I just pitched him a sales opportunity, right? And then if he ends up joining the paid trial, he'll have a conversation with the salesperson, right? And then we'll fulfill with him if he says yes. And then we'll work on, if he gets the results and he's happy, then getting an upsell, referral, testimonial, right? It's just the same thing every single time here. But with awareness, YouTube content is freaking amazing. That's where KD came in from, right? You came from YouTube, the Airtable stuff. And then having a school group, Facebook group, boom, leads come in there. Posting in other groups, joint ventures, partnerships, reels that go viral, paid ads, that sort of stuff. This is like the lifeblood of your business besides revenue and money. Just how can you maximize awareness and attention on your stuff? So you can see all that. And inside of the paid trial for all of our clients, we have the YouTube funnel, we have the school funnel, paid ads, everything here for that. So cool. Does that make sense? Pretty cool. Awesome. So let's go back into productizing these offers, and I want to simplify this down for Aisha and Elise a lot. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. These are the 5 elements of productizing your offer in the coaching space, consulting space. In the agency space, like I recommend every agency have a done with you component, so it's not all done for you. That's what Dakota's doing, and he started done for you. He was doing about like 10K per month, and he just he added in a done with you component, and then he scaled it to 70K last month. And before that, it was 60K. So he's scaling up, and it was way more scalable with a done with you component, right? So these are the done with you components here. So build a course. Right now, imperfectly build a course. It's such a cool feeling. And when you're developing it, you're like, man, I'm creating my legacy, kind of. Like I have something solid and tangible. And also, it adds confidence on sales calls, first for you and then for your sales team, where you have this awesome product like we have inside of here. This is one of them, like for a $97 per month course / community. Here we have another course for them here, right? And it's so cool. I recommend school to host it because it's so easy to take Loom videos, put them up on there, and have the SOP from Loom and all of that stuff. And it also has a community component behind it, right? Now, this is the kicker, especially for Aisha and maybe Elise in the near future, is when you get past 10K per month, looking at coaches. That is the ultimate form of leverage. We have Lauren here, who's our accountability coach. But we also have our talent bench coaches or our coaching bench. So we have Mason, who trains on sales. We have Quantel, who trains on systems. We have Dakota, who's our main brotherhood coach. We're bringing in an offer and messaging coach, and Jackie. So we're having conversations with her. I feel like I missed one. Oh, we have Nikki, who's our sisterhood coach. And I have the whole breakdown for that. That's our coaching bench, right? And then we have calls. What's the focus of the call? What are they directed around? That sort of stuff. And then the big thing here, clarity. So Aisha, I think you're going to get a lot from this. Maybe Elise, I'll show you exactly what I mean there. And so then we need to look at the 3 elements that people need to produce a result. And it usually equates to how much people actually pay. So people need skills, accountability, and mentorship to produce a result. It's called the SAM model. I learned this from Frank Bria. He was my main coach in a mastermind I was in called Project Nuclear, which was a $100,000 mastermind that I invested, my first really, really big investment. And this made it so much more clear for me. Like in your course, they're mainly getting skills, like videos, the course. We also do a weekly call inside of there for ascensions and that sort of stuff. And in your masterclass, they're mainly getting skills, right? In your coaching and consulting, they're mainly getting skills, the course, and accountability, right? And then in the back-end mastermind and mentorship, they're getting all three: skills, accountability, mentorship, right? So that's another way to look at the maximization model there. Basically, it's in the center to get better results. You got to pay more, surround yourself with higher level people, skills, accountability, mentorship. So, does that make sense? I explained that okay? Okay, sweet. So this is really cool. The simple way to create your course. Basically, we want to take people for each of our offers from current situation that they're in. Maybe that's with Elise, like with your French offer, it's I only know a couple words in French, and I'm going to France to study abroad, and I really, really want to be fluent, and I'm leaving in three months, like current situation. We want to get them to their desired situation, how to become fluent in French in 90 days so you can go off on your trip, right? And then what is the process between that, right? What's the 3 to 5 step process to get them there, right? That's where every offer in the coaching education place starts. So we have a video and worksheet on that of rocking out your problem promise process. And then next is you just brain dump. Tell your brain to shut the F up and go to a Google document and brain dump everything that you could teach to take them from their current situation to their desired situation, right? And then you take that document and you turn it into modules. So then you're outlining your course. And start with the brain dump, take an hour to just brain dump everything. Then it makes it really easy for you to be like, okay, module 1 is going to be foundations. Module 2 is going to be the pre-group. Module 3 is going to be launching your Facebook group or content or something like that. And then you put the individual videos in there, right? Underneath each of those sections. And then I just got feedback from one of our system CEO clients that this was one of the most powerful videos that he went through, creating courses at lightning speeds. I'm such a big proponent of Loom in the school and the Loom AI, because now with Loom AI, you just shoot the video and then it will create the step-by-step outline for you that you just put underneath there, right? So pretty cool. You can create pretty fast. And then just carve out 2 hours. This is just a recommendation. I love shooting course videos on a weekend where I have no distractions, no calls, no anything. And then I can rock out the whole school course inside of here was rocked out in a weekend. I think I did 2-hour sessions in a weekend, and I had my whole school course done. Boom, right here. So pretty cool, and you guys can model something like that. All right, cool. Does that make sense? That's kind of a big thing there. Does that give you guys more clarity on how to do it and get that implemented and all of that? Yeah. Cool, awesome. Yes, Loom AI is amazing. Not just for courses, but also for SOPs for team members, standard operating procedures, because some of us are more visual watching the video, some of us like to read. It's pretty great. Cool. Community. This is kind of a short one. I recommend picking a platform, big proponent of school. We also have like quick chats with our clients. So we also use Messenger for like quick community connection and for our clients to connect in there and for quick updates, that sort of stuff. Have them share their wins on a weekly basis. Great way to get testimonials and to hype up the other people there and provide updates. I'm going to expand on this in our next training, but that's kind of a quick thing to think about. Okay, this is super powerful. Having a client success manager just gives you so much freaking peace of mind. Like Lauren's our client success manager here. As you scale past 10, 20K, look at getting a client success manager, maybe starting part-time, 20 hours per week, paying them $30 per hour. That's where they mainly start. And then you're looking at a base of 3K to 6K plus bonus incentives. And that just gives you a shit ton of peace of mind. They're responsible for client results, upsells, testimonials, and referrals. So you also want to hire somebody who's good with influence and persuasion that can help with upsells, testimonials, referrals, all that stuff, right? Kind of like this that we were talking about. It makes it cyclical, boom, right there. And that's one of your biggest points of leverage, right? So I love this. In my last business, I had like Brad Newman, Avery Ford, Sarah Tempty, who was part of our coaching bench. They were part-time. They ran a call per week. They created some content, and they ran a post in our community. So if somebody had a sales question, they would go straight to Brad Newman's post, right? And I have the video of what a coaching bench is. And they run a weekly call, question post thread, and let's say you pay them $500 per month. They get exposure and they get access to all your stuff. We have Quantel, who's our systems coach. She's part-time. She helps out a lot, and I get to coach her and train her. So that's a big value add to her. Plus, she gets more exposure, right? Does that make sense? Cool. And then calls. I recommend a roadmap call, some milestone one-on-one calls that Lauren runs. And then I'm going to add a link here to laser group coaching calls, subject matter expert calls. So we have Mason, who does our sales calls, Quantel that does our systems calls, that sort of stuff. And then monthly momentum sessions. Naturally, as human beings, we need a feedback loop to look at the past and how we've progressed, and then set goals for the future. So we do this on the first Monday of every single month of looking at how we've done and then what are our goals for this month together, right? Just some recommendations there. And I want to leave time for Q&A after this. Last thing I want to go into is clarity. You guys can just model this document for giving them clarity. I go over this on my first call with them. This is the 30K per month in 90 days or less success plan. And then we have everything written out here on how we're going to support them in getting that result. And then an exact roadmap for them to get that result, right? So pretty cool stuff there. For Aisha, in terms of productizing yours, I would recommend creating this document and starting to outline your course right now. And then in a month, you'll be feeling so confident about your offer, you'll be a beast. So that'll be great. Cool. I know we went over a lot in a short amount of time. I gave you guys the document, and this is the number one thing that's going to scale your business is productizing your offer, because where people get lost is they get lost in done for you work, and then they lose sight of top of funnel and sales and all that. If we're just chipping away, done is better than perfect. The clarity will come in the doing, and start productizing our courses and putting a team around it. We'll be able to scale way more. So, cool. Makes sense? Sweet. What stood out to you guys the most? What was most helpful from this session? And then we'll go into Q&A.
I'll share a little bit about when I had my coaching business a few years ago. I went through this process and did this, and I remember feeling so much relief. So that, because when I would get on calls with people who weren't a fit for the one-on-one high ticket, then I was like, okay, great. You can enroll in this offer. And that to me made me feel like so much relief in my business because I knew that I had price points that could serve anyone who came into my ecosystem.
I love it. Yay. Stacia?
Lots. Yeah, I'm excited to get all this stuff going here. The masterclass as well. I think a lot of people, what I'm coming across is that people are getting stuck in one section. I was like, well, maybe I'll just make that into a masterclass and then help them get that done and then upsell them to the next thing.
Yeah, I love it. Perfect. Sweet. And on those master classes, I go into usually like an hour, hour and a half of Q&A at the end, and people freaking love it. So I just stay on there as long as possible to serve the people in the master class. It's great.
Because it's kind of like I do great on one-on-ones. They just already like I get them on the call and they're like, oh, you know all your stuff. So like for sure, like you're the expert, and then I get upsell them that. But if I could do a master class in that way to many,
Mm-hmm.
that'd be like more effective in my time.
Yeah. Then you could create a really simple go high level page where they could select the master class. We don't have one right now, but that's what we used to do back in the day. We might put in a go high level page, or we might put it directly into school where they can just select the master class that they want. Like for example, we kind of have this in our free school group right now. Boom. Not that one. 7-figure. Boom. So we get these passive sales like probably every 3 days where people find our business OS Lite or 8-figure KPI tracker or our sales dashboard. They click there, they watch the video, they're like, I want that, and then they purchase here. So when you have like low ticket offers like that, you can throw it up on a page or in a school group, and then we can just boom, purchase right there, which is pretty cool.
Okay, I should do that. Then when they buy that, does that unlock another course in school, or where do you send them to, like GHL membership?
We just send them to, and we could do it better, but we just send them an email with the asset and opportunity to book a sales call.
Oh, okay.
For that, yeah. Cool. Sweet. Awesome. Cool. And then let's go into Q&A, you guys. What promotional runaway timeline should we give ourselves before launching a paid masterclass? I would give yourself, the very first thing is launching it and then building the slides and the presentation out. So that will light a fire under your ass to build the slides. Just pick a date 2 weeks out. And you could probably do this for a Black Friday sale. Usually I sell this information for $1,000, but for Black Friday, it's $47, something like that, since that's coming up. And then just the main thing is writing your launch post copy. So that video will show you everything. And you pick a date and then you write the launch post copy and set it 2 weeks out and then just go. This is the exact launch post copy. Title, pain-provoking questions, proof statement, bullet points, boom. Plus you get these bonuses and then a call to action. And then we have like follow-up posts to do and that sort of stuff. I would do 10 spots, pick a date 2 weeks out, write this copy, and then in the DMs basically say, hey, 14-day refund policy, there's no stress. If you hate it, you can just refund it, yada, yada, yada. And then they're just like, cool, I'm in. Sweet. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Lauren. Yeah, perfect. And we got the slides in there, and we have the launch post and exactly how to follow up and make those ticket sales. We don't even create a funnel for it. We just use the Stripe link. And then I put them into a messenger chat all together. And then I just warm them up in the messenger chat before the actual masterclass. So cool. Feed. What other questions do you guys have?
I have one around the course and specifically, yeah, like how to, I mean, I know you explained, okay, it's like from problem to solution and then it's the next problem. But I guess I'm wondering content-wise, within the framework of what I do in terms of sales, it sounds like I kind of should not really be teaching the sales in the course and make it more part of the core offer.
My course for Group Growth and Monetization Blueprint and Authority Accelerator was very, very similar when I launched both of them. Like people in Authority Accelerator got a lot more accountability and mentorship and that sort of stuff from me. And then over time, I kind of made a little bit of a difference between the two courses. So the biggest thing that people are going to get from the coaching program is accountability and mentorship. Straight up, people who are left to their own devices with courses or going through YouTube videos or Facebook groups and that sort of stuff, they're not going to get the result. They need accountability and mentorship, right? You guys coming to this call, you guys are getting accountability and mentorship in doing these things. So that's the big difference. And I also recommend that you guys get that across in your content, your messaging, and all of that stuff. So the content initially can be super similar, and you want to go above and beyond in the course and get somebody a great, like people that do go through that course, like they want to be singing your praises from the mountaintop. That's when you know you're doing it right, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And what did you mean? So you said accountability and mentorship. Like, can you explain? I don't think I understand the difference between the two.
Yeah, so accountability is like we built you out a roadmap and we're checking in, hey, have you done this thing? Like holding you accountable to your goals and doing the thing, that sort of stuff. Mentorship is more like our first call together. I've been there, I've done that, like you want to avoid these things, you want to do these things, yada, 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 right? So that's the difference between accountability and mentorship.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Cool. Sweet. Good questions. Stacia, Elise? What you guys got? Or Katie?
My question is, because I plan to start, Asia, launch my school group by today. Is there a naming convention? Is there something to that?
I was gonna ask that.
Really? You're
Yeah.
kidding.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Similar. Well,
All
I
right.
decided I wanted to change my name too because I don't know where he is, but I mean, obviously the guy that just found your group, he
Right.
probably searched 7 feet or he probably saw entrepreneur. Like maybe I should, there's like probably a naming.
Here's the easiest way to name your stuff, whether it's your community or it's your course. It should be the simplest way to say the result they're going to get. For example, I just paid Jackie Yvette, who's probably going to be one of our coaches inside of here. I paid her $3,000 for. Oh, can you hear me? We
Yeah.
good?
You paid her for blank.
Yeah, I paid her $3,000 for a 2-hour messaging session. Like I had a pain point, I just needed somebody to bounce ideas off of, and I'm like, here's my money, I know you're great, right? Her program, she specifically helps coaches like with messaging and their offers and that sort of stuff. Her program's called Sold Out Programs. Like that's the main result that her ideal client wants, right? It's straight to the point. I get it, right? For our high ticket back end program, it was called 7-Figure CEO. like it was the exact result that they wanted, right? For Elise, something with influence or not influence, fluency in French Fluency Academy. Maybe there could be like an identity installed in there too. Like seven-figure CEO, people want to be CEOs. They wanted to install that identity that gave them something to rally behind. My naming conventions right now are not the best. We're switching some things up with like systemized CEO and that sort of stuff. But the easiest way for any community or any program, it's just like, it's a microscript. I know exactly what I'm getting there. That's exactly what I want, right? And usually it comes to me when I'm doing breath work, like seven-figure CEO, I did a 90-minute breath work session and I was struggling because it was Authority Accelerator Elite. And I'm like, for 3 months, I was like, I don't know what I want to name it, all this stuff. And then I went to a 90-minute breath work session about halfway through. It was like seven-figure CEO. And I'm like, oh my God, that's it, you know? So, yeah. French Fluency, written by on my notepad, amazing. Yeah, and then you could do things off of that. Of maybe you have like a masterclass that's called Fast French Fluency. You could have the community on school be the French Fluency Academy, stuff like that. You can play off of that. That's the main thing that they want, right? So, cool. Lauren sharing the breath work. Does that make sense? Does that help? Okay, cool. Group growth and monetization blueprint. Like, I need an audience and I need to sell something. That was our $997 course, right? Authority Accelerator, not the best name. Could have done a better job of naming that. Seven-figure CEO, great name, you know. So, cool. Awesome. Well, great stuff, guys. I will drop this back into the group chats. Where'd it go? Cool. And productize your offers. Don't do way too much in fulfillment. Initially, you kind of have to, but then you build out your coaching bench and your course and that sort of stuff. And it's like, cool, I'm good. And we talked about master classes, your course community, your coaching offers, your high ticket backend offers, the 5 elements of productizing your offers, the 3 elements people need to produce their results, how to create your course at lightning speeds, what community looks like, what the team looks like, what the calls look like. And then one of the coolest things is just the clarity document right here for you. So you got all that. Cool. Sweet. Good stuff, guys. Awesome. At least I'll see you at the event. It's going to be here. We tested the food 2 days ago. It was freaking amazing. So super stoked for that. And I will see you guys soon. Lauren, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Bye.